Okay. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? What is going on? I know it's been a very long time, and I'm still here. I'm still alive. Welcome back. Welcome back. And I guess y'all should tell me welcome back, real. And like I've been gone for a while, and I know I once again apologize. And last time I came to when I did my podcast on YouTube, I said we was gonna be more consistent, and I lied about that, and I got a good reason for it. The reason why I haven't been consistent on this channel as of late is because of my work schedule, and I got promoted. I got promoted to foreman, and by me getting promoted, I had to adjust. I had to adjust on everything that I had to do at work, and it's more of a workload on me. So, you know, I be coming home extra tired, drained, and I'm very drained out. I get at work, I probably get at least, I would say, between 40 to 60 phone calls every day. So while I'm at work, so I'm very active at work. I've been, you know, extremely busy, especially since I've been promoted to foreman. Of course, you know, it ain't just work. You know, dealing with my kids, my family, my wife. This past weekend, you know, I could have did some videos. Could have did some live streams, but you know, my cousin went ahead and told me that, hey, I know you and your wife, y'all been tired, so go ahead and drop the kids off this weekend. I'll take all 3 kids, and you know. So I had a babysitter. All weekend, and I needed that because I've been so tired. My wife been exhausted, and we needed that time alone very much. So you know, I feel rejuvenated. I feel energized now. I feel a lot better, and you know, the show must go on. And you know, I just need to rest, guys. That's basically it, man. You know, I was working like 60 hours a week for a while, and we just recently went back to 40 hours a week. But pretty soon we might go back to 60 hours a week. So there's a lot going on. You know, if I could stop what I'm doing to do YouTube as a job, you know, I'll do it. But I don't make the type of money that I would like to make doing YouTube videos. You know, first of all, my channel ain't big enough. I don't have a Patreon. You know, of course, very few people donate a super chat, so I can't rely on YouTube to pay my bills. So that's why I had to take a hiatus from YouTube and do what, you know, a real man should do to provide for his family. You know, YouTube comes second or third or fourth, you know, like I would rather play video games than been on YouTube all the time. I know there's some fraudulent gamers out here that does more YouTube videos than, you know, playing video games, and I'm not going to call who they is. So, you know who you are. But like I say, you know, I had to keep my priorities intact. So that's why I had to basically take a hiatus from YouTube. So, you know, like I say, people, I apologize for it, and appreciate y'all guys that still subscribe to this channel. I'm not going nowhere. You know, appreciate that. I know, you know, maybe 15, 20 people unsubscribe while I've been gone. Hey, you know, that's cool. You know, I thought I was done with YouTube, so I could understand why some of y'all, you know, unsubscribe. So it's no big deal. So whoever is here, just do me a favor, hit that like button. You know, hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new to the channel, or resubscribe if you're coming back to this channel. So, you know, basically, I just want to, you know, give my little 2 cents on how I feel about the current gaming industry. I've been wanting to say this for a while, but it's really Shokio, the video that I saw him did the other day, that really got me want to say my little 2-piece, you know, about the current gaming industry. The stuff that he said in this video was spot on. It was a awesome video. I really loved it. He basically told us, you know, about how right he is. You know, I guess when you go to his 2013 video, and he was basically just predicting on how the gaming industry is going to construct itself, and just look what happened. He's right. And, you know, it's going to, you know, and he saw it a mile away. A lot of people saw it a mile away. I said this for a while, that if, you know, gamers keep doing what they're doing, you know, keeps, you know, buying into these bad business practices, keep supporting these companies that don't need support at all, they're going to continuously and, you know, basically give out bad business practices. That's what's been going on, and it's just to the fact that it seems like majority of games are coming out broken. The majority of these games coming out with day one patches. When I say a day one patch, I'm talking about 50 gigabytes, 60 gigabytes. It's just so sad, man, that you can't even get a full completed game anymore, people. And, you know, I've been wanting to say, you know, something about this for a very long time. I guess, like I said, when I saw that Shokyo video, you know, I was like, maybe I should, you know, put my 2 cents, you know, on this matter. So, people, if you're just not coming in, please hit that like button, and I appreciate it. You know, if you share this video. What's up, Eric? What's up, Ethan? What's up, It's Too Funny? What's up, Jay? What's up, Zit? Hopefully I'm pronouncing it right. Zit. What's up, Tiger King? What's up, Tonio? I'm doing good. How about yourself, bro? You said it looks like the Shinobi game on TV. You are right, sir. You are right. That is Shinobi. That is the Shinobi on the Sega Saturn. I recently got that not too long ago, about 2-3 weeks ago. You know, I've still been collecting some retro games. You know, I'm still doing a little bit here, a little bit there, and you know, I'm not as hardcore into it like I was, but, you know, like I say, I'm trying to take care of my priorities first before I start, you know, going on a spending spree. Because, like I say, what I'm trying to do right now is build up my credit so I can save on. I'm trying to get a 4-bedroom house. So the little stuff that I'm doing right now is just gonna have to wait until I get my house, because my credit is the main focus. Now, my credit score needs to be at least a 700 to get the house that I want. So right now I'm building on my credit score. I'm putting up money, and that's what I'm doing right now. So it's just a lot that I'm doing right now. You know, this stuff in the background is just toys. This stuff in the background, it's nothing. Just stuff. It's a hobby. Video games is a hobby, people. You know, some people, they just don't understand. They live in a virtual reality world, and they don't know how to adjust to the real world. So, like I say, this is just video games. I don't take it serious like some people do. Yeah, what's up, Eric? I appreciate the $5 donation, man. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. You're awesome, man. You know, all the people that's been giving to this channel. I think that's not even your first time. I think you gave to this channel before, man. I appreciate it. You say you answered your tweet about Nintendo talking about Metroid Prime 4 and 3 being on your most anticipated. Yeah. Yeah, I made a tweet earlier today about Nintendo, and I guess we could start with Nintendo. I like Nintendo. I always like Nintendo. You know, Nintendo has never been my #1 company, because a lot of y'all know, if you know this channel for a while, that I was a #1. I was a Sega guy growing up. I always been a Sega guy, and I always will. I will take that to my grave. And when the Xbox came out, I transitioned to more of an Xbox gamer, and Nintendo has always been like a secondary. I always been a Nintendo fan growing up. Let's don't get it twisted. And the Nintendo from now, Nintendo from like 10, 15, 20 years ago is different. It's different because I feel that they don't put their foot into their games anymore. I feel that, you know, the gaming industry is so corrupted. The gaming industry is so biased that they will slap a 95 or 100 Metacritic score on Nintendo games without even like analyzing the whole thing to be like, is it worth us giving it the same score that the predecessor made? Like, did Nintendo innovate this game a lot better than certain games? Some yes and some no. You know, it ain't just Nintendo. It's other companies. Like, I feel that, you know, if it's a Naughty Dog game, if it's a Rockstar game, it gets a automatic 90 Metacritic just based on the hype. If it's certain games, certain companies, they're gonna get that automatic 90 because of the hype, because of the big name. And let's just be real. A lot of them, you know, they bribe people. They give out free stuff to YouTubers to give them, you know, a great review. Like, you know, stuff like this has always been going on. And that's why you can't always trust reviews. You can't always trust reviews. But as far as the Nintendo thing, as far as how I feel about Nintendo this past couple of years, I've said this for a long time. The second year of the Switch has been very underwhelming to me. The first year was good. It could have been better, you know. But, you know, when you start your generation off with, like, most of your big IPs, like a Mario Kart and Zelda, and Mario Odyssey. When you start your generation off with those three pillars, and let's don't forget Splatoon is another pillar. That's a big seller for the Switch. So big, so 4 big Nintendo games came out in 2017. And 2018, of course, there's 2 big games that came out this year. One came out, and the next one about to come out next week. Of course, you got Pokemon that came out a week or 2 ago, and now you got Smash Bros. About to come out next week. So that's 2 big games. Okay. The deal with that is, I can't always expect Nintendo to continuously and keep bringing out their big IPs every year, but Nintendo has a lot of IP. That's why people call them the king of exclusive, the king of games, because they have the games to back it up. They got the IPs to back it up. But I feel that they're being lazy because of the continuous residual Wii U ports that's going on the system, and now we're about to get some Wii ports like Skyward Sword. And don't get me wrong, I love Skyward Sword. Skyward Sword is one of my all-time favorite games. So I feel that there's more of a focus on ports than actual new games, because the games that that I know of that's supposed to come out next year is the Pokemon game. As far as Bayonetta 3 and as far as Metro Prime 4, that is still a mystery, guys, because we still don't have no confirmation on, if the game is coming out next year or not. We don't have that confirmation, people. So that's what I'm saying, that, don't get your hopes too high about those games. Yes, I love Bayonetta. I love Metroid. Metroid is a franchise that is my opinion, it is too high quality to sell the way it sells. It does't sell like it's supposed to. Like, they put too much money into the game for it to sell less than 4 million, 5 million. The highest selling Metro Prime game was Metro Prime on the GameCube that sold almost 3 million, but I think it said it sold like 2.7 million, something like that. That was on the GameCube about 15, 16 years ago. Like, that's a long time ago. But as technology, that's moving forward, these games gonna be more expensive to make, and a game like Metroid is going to require a lot of resources and a lot of money. So that's why Nintendo is really taking their time on making this game, but they trying to make sure that they have an audience for Metro Prime. But like I say, I don't even consider Metro Prime as a big game. It's a big game to me. But as far as a big blockbuster that sells 5 to 10 million, it just never did. But as far as a AAA game, yes, it has a AAA budget, but I feel that it does not get that on the return. That's why Nintendo got to innovate the series even more. If they would have implemented the online into Metro Prime during the GameCube, then it could have been better, but they didn't. But sometimes people, they don't like to play those type of Metro games that you got to search for certain weapons just to progress through your levels. So sometimes you got to go the Halo route. I don't know, but Tom, the proof is in the pudding that those type of games do not sell like Halos and Call of Duties. They do not. So I'm not saying Nintendo need to change the formula, but they need to change it to where it can bring in more gamers. That's basically what I'm saying. More, fans of the shooting genre. That's where I'm coming from. And like I said, I love Metro to death, but it's not what I like it to be. And look at Nintendo's situation. They I don't know what else to say with this situation. The Switch, in my opinion, it's a good idea. It's a good idea what they did, but as far as future-proofing the Switch, I felt that this should have been the Wii U back in 2013. If this was the Wii U back in 2013, then of course I really believe that the Switch should have it probably would have outsold the PS4. I'm not gonna lie. If the Switch came out in 2012 when the Wii U launched, then I believe that it would have outsold the PS4, but it's as far as the hardware, as far as the specs goes with the Nintendo Switch, it's like a generation behind. And the PS5 and the Xbox Scarlet, the Xbox 2, whatever you want to call it, it's around the corner. It's around the corner, maybe 1 or 2 years down the line. And Nintendo, they have to make a decision on what they need to do in order to keep these third-party games going on to the Nintendo Switch, because right now they're still struggling. They're still struggling to get these third-party games. Only thing they're getting is a whole bunch of ports from 360, in which I said this a long time ago. If you follow this channel for a very long time, y'all know that I don't have an issue with ports, but the issue with this situation is that there's more ports and remasters on the Switch than new games, new Nintendo games, new third-party games. Like I say, they still struggling on getting day-in games that the Xbox, PlayStation, PC gets. They still struggling. It's basically this March, another three months and a few days, will be 2 years since the Switch been out on the market, and they still don't get the Call of Duties and the Battlefields and the Assassin's Creeds, and they're not getting Anthem, they're not getting Just Cause 4, they're not getting Kingdom Hearts 3. Ain't that something? On a Nintendo console, Kingdom Hearts 3 is not even coming. They're not getting Resident Evil 2 remake. I don't even know if they're getting Spiral, the trilogy. There's still no release date for that yet. Like, there's a whole bunch of games that the Switch is not getting, but a lot of the Nintendo fanboys, the Switch fanboys, still talking about how Xbox don't get games. But those games I just named is not going on Switch. So there is a double standard with this whole Xbox don't got games, especially if you're a Nintendo fan. But if you are a PlayStation fan, if you got a PlayStation console, then I'll be laughing at Nintendo and Xbox fanboys, because PlayStation get everything. They get great first-party games. They get great third-party games, great exclusives. Hell, one of their Persona 5 is one of the best exclusives I ever played in my life. Like, I've never been into those type of games. Persona 5 has been my very first Persona game, but I had such a blast with that game. I'm like, man, this game was so damn good that I might just put Persona 5 in my top 5, or either top 10 or top 5 games of all time. I'm not even that much of a fan of the genre, and that's how good that game was. The God of War on the PS4 is in my top 5 games of all time. That game was so awesome, dude. Like, this all came from the PS4. No other consoles. Like, the PS4 these past 3 years has spit out so many great exclusives like Spider-Man, Horizon Zero Dawn, Neo. It was Nier, but Nier Automata is not a exclusive no more, so I can't even count that no more. But they got a fair share of exclusives that is top-notch, top quality, that I don't see why a lot of fanboys still dogging the PS4, talking about they don't make games. They got more cinematics than gameplay. Well, from what I played, no. They got a lot of cinematics, but they got great gameplay. They do. So it's a great thing that I own all the consoles, because I could get the best of both worlds. But as an Xbox fan, y'all know I'm mostly an Xbox fan. I know the problems that the Xbox has. They got an exclusive problem. But everything else is great. It's a lot of things that's on the Xbox console that I wish Nintendo and Sony will, I wish they will take notes and try to do the same thing what they're doing. Like the Game Pass. The Game Pass is the most pro-consumer thing that anybody has ever did. Like, that Game Pass is that for $10 a month for over 100-something games, and you get all the Xbox games, all the new Xbox games. You get to play that as well. Like Forza Horizon, 4, Crackdown, was it Crackdown 3? Is it Crackdown 3? Yeah, I think it is Crackdown 3. Like all these games, even State of Decay or Sea of Thieves, be into those type of games, but it is what it is. But like with all the studios that Microsoft had bought, all the studios that they had bought, they're telling us that they're serious. They're telling us that when the Xbox Scarlet comes out, that they're not planning the games no more. They're going to spit out so many damn exclusives that we're going to have a hard time keeping up with, because Microsoft got the money. They have the money to buy whatever they want to buy. The deal with this is, I'm like, what took so long? What took so long to buy these studios? And y'all know for a fact, this whole generation, that first-party games has been a problem. So I really feel that Microsoft's going to fix their first-party problems when the Xbox Scarlet comes out. And Sony, they just keep doing what they're doing. Sony, you know, has had great exclusives, great third-party support, great Japanese support. Like, Sony, you know, there's a reason why Sony sold over 80-something million consoles. There's a reason why they're going to sell over 100 million consoles, because they got the games to back it up. You know, and now going back to Nintendo is that, like I say, you know, I was a big fan of the Switch at first because they had a great first year. I'm not going to take that away. But the second year has been so heavily concentrated on ports. And I'm seeing the same thing going on with the third year, because we already know about New Super Mario Bros. U. That's coming out on the Switch next year. A game that old is coming out next year on the Switch. And it's going to be at full price. And that's another thing I got a problem with Nintendo. Releasing these 4, 5, 6-year-old ports for $60. Like, that's one thing I can give to Sony. Because when Ratchet & Clank, Spyro the Dragon, Crash Bandicoot, well, Crash Bandicoot's multi-plat, but when it was on PlayStation at first. But when these games came out, they was like $40. $40. And these are remake games. $40. The Nathan Drake Collection. The Nathan Drake Collection has 3 games. They remastered these games, and they weren't even full price. It was like $40. Like, why, when it comes to Sony and their games that's a remaster, remade, or a port, are not full price, but Nintendo games are full price? Look at Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze that was priced at $50 for the Wii U, but 4 years later, from 2014 to 2018, it's priced at $60. Why is that, people? Are we going to take into account that, you know, they add an extra $10 because you could play it 2 different ways? Or is it because of the character, the DLC character? Like, why is a $50 game that was $50 back in 2014 is $60? And like, I see all the fuckery that's going on in this community, the excuses with Nintendo on why their games still be priced at $60 for 10 years. The only way these games to go down, it has to be on Nintendo Selects, in which that comes out at the tail end of the generation. That right there is very poor consumer. When it comes to Sony's exclusives, the price of their exclusives go down within a year. Hell, God of War was $25 or $20 Black Friday. Like, I get all these great exclusives from Persona 5, God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, The Last of Us, Uncharted 4, the Nathan Drake Collection, all these great games. You know, I get all these great games for under $30, $20, $15, $10. But with Nintendo games, they're all priced at $60. The Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze that was priced at $50, 2014 is priced at $60, 2018. So why are we treating these old ass games as brand new games, especially with the price tag? I don't know why not too many people is talking about this. You know, we still waiting on certain apps to hit the Nintendo Switch. We still is. People was praising the fact that YouTube is finally on the Switch. Instead of praising, you need to criticize Nintendo, because if you keep praising them for the lack of stuff that they are doing, they're going to continuously and still do the same crap that they're doing now. So if we got Hulu midway of the first year to Switch, we got YouTube damn near 2 years in. So how long is it going to take Netflix? 2 more years? Like, come on, man. We paid $300 for this console. We paid $80 for an overpriced controller. You know, like, honestly, I didn't want to play with the controller that the console came with. You know, I did not like that at all. I can't play with that controller. You know, so I paid so much money for the console day one. And you would think paying that type of money for this console, you will at least get the exact type of features that you get from Xbox and PlayStation, but no, they don't, and fanboys will find a way to defend it. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I really am. I had to block some people on Twitter the other day because of the foolery the stupidity that they flooded my fucking feed. I can't keep talking to dumbasses. Like, I'm a gamer, and I'm speaking about everybody's flaws. And let's don't forget Sony, when they came out with whenever it was last year, I think it was a year ago, that they magically charged people an extra $10 a year for the PlayStation Plus. At first it was $50, and now it's $60 with no reasonable explanation. But they decide they can do it because they're Sony. They're Sony, and they always win. That's part of their model that I just said. They always win. So we're gonna charge y'all extra money, and y'all ain't gonna do nothing about it. Y'all gonna still buy it. Like, it's just stuff that this gaming industry that you know, the stuff that they're getting away with. And a lot of y'all gamers, a lot of y'all consumers are still y'all still buying into the foolery that these gaming companies are doing. And this is why we have a Bethesda situation. That's why we got this Fallout 76 situation. Game is very incomplete, but they still decide to bring the game out because they know in the past history that y'all like buying unfinished games like PUBG. Y'all like buying unfinished games like No Man's Sky. Y'all like buying unfinished games kind of like that Map Sheet Collection years ago. Like, it's a long list of unfinished games that came out this generation, and a lot of y'all still support the crap. And it's sickening. It's very sickening. And I'm just the minority here. Y'all might be the minority in this too. I don't know, but the gaming industry is still getting their money because y'all still falling for the fuckery of what's going on in this gaming industry. Still is. So let me check the chat. I ain't checked the chat in a while. So I got 43 watching. Who else is here? What's up, Ethan? What's up, Antonio? I think I did shout you out, Antonio. What's up, Kenny? What's up, Flyform? What's up, Abdu? Who else? What's up, Ruby Sakurai? What's up, Rohan? Crying app over games. What? Rohan. Oh, you know what, dude? I think you the one that I blocked on Twitter the other day, man. Cause like I don't got, look, if you here to argue with me, I'm not going to argue back. Like, you could be in this chat, but if you want to argue, just leave or get blocked. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, shouts out to everybody. Please like this video. Get more people out. But like I said a while ago, this gaming industry it's gone to shit, people. It's gone from bad to worse. During the 360 and PS3 and the Wii, we can all agree that was one of the best generations ever. You can probably put that right next to the Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo generation, because that generation right there is my childhood. Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo. Like, we still play games. We still play Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo. That's don't lie. We still play them. That's why that's gonna always go down to one of my favorite ever. So it's gonna always be a dogfight between that generation with the Super Nintendo and the Genesis and the 360, PS3, and the Wii. Because they had hell of great games that I can always go back and play. But just because we got great games, it doesn't equals to great consumer-friendly practices in which that we did not get at the tail end of the 360 and PS3, because what they did was testing the waters, like Shokio said. They was testing waters on the microtransactions and all these DLC, that they was doing back then, and that right now it transitioned to having a whole bunch of games that's missing characters, like for instance, like what Shokio said, and I said this myself a long time ago. A lot of these fighting games coming out with characters that was already in the game years ago, but now they locked them behind a paywall. Like, does that make sense, people? Like, that whole Street Fighter 5 situation, that right there was like one of the worst practices Capcom has ever did. Why the hell do I want to pay for Sagai? Why the hell do I want to pay for Guile? Like, I can understand that you can buy cheap, like $20, $25 now if you get the arcade edition. Like, all the characters come. And last time I checked, all the characters come with that. I'm not sure if there's any more DLC characters, but growing up as a fighting fan, I used to play fighting games all the time. But these fighting games that's out now, a lot of the original characters are getting locked behind a paywall. So that right there tells me that they don't care about the consumer anymore. They only care about the money. They always care about the money. But if y'all gonna continuously and keep giving y'all the money that they did not earn in the first place, they're gonna continuously and give y'all a $60 game that's basically worth $10. Like, these games are so incomplete that like I say, every time you pop in the game, there is a patch. Always a day one patch. Like, why people keep buying these incomplete games? Like, don't get me wrong, a lot of games that I buy is incomplete, and and I got these day one patches. But these past couple of months, I really hadn't been playing as many games. I really hadn't been buying as many games. But some of these games that I bought has not been brand new. I've been buying them used. I've been buying them later because I know for a fact that I feel that I'm not going to get my money's worth. I feel that I'm not going to get my $60 worth. And it's just been, like I say, from bad to worse. And whenever the next generation console gets here, I don't know what else to say. Because right now, these gaming companies are fighting. They're literally fighting to keep microtransaction in these games. I think that was, what was that, 2K? Was that 2K that did that? Was fighting to keep microtransactions into NBA 2K. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's who it was. And that's just sad. They're fighting to keep fucking you over. Like, what kind of shit is that, people? What kind of shit is that? Fighting to keep fucking over the consumer. They don't get enough money. Like, NBA 2K sells a lot. Matter of fact, that's another thing I did not even mention. Sports games. I feel that sports game is the biggest fuck you to everybody. The biggest fuck you. Because from 2013 to 2018, this whole entire generation, okay, Madden 2013 to Madden 2018, $60 every year. 60 times 5 is what? 300? So out of that $300, people, the Madden players, the football fans, the sports fans. So out of that $300 that you keep on giving EA, is it worth it, people? Is it worth a fucking roster update every fucking year? Like, is there a big difference with these games every time you buy them every year? I'm asking you in the chat. If you're in the chat, if you buy these games every year, Madden's, NBA 2Ks, or even FIFA's, or NHL 2K, if you feel that it's justifiable, please write it down in the chat and tell me, why is paying $300 for an updated roster justifiable? Let me know. Like, that's another thing about sports games on why I don't even buy sports games no more. I bought NBA 2K17 on last year on the Switch. I like the portability of it. I played the game. I liked it. But 2018 is not really that much different. So why do I want to keep paying $60 every fucking year? That's what pisses me off about this. So if y'all got an answer for that, let me know in the chat. Let me know. He said EA's counselor. EA and 2K are in Belgium. What's up, Zappy? What's up, Felipe? Said Street Fighter 5 should be $10. Wonder if Capcom still thinks Edmund. Man, like I said, it's been so much fuckery, man. That's the main reason why I did not buy Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Like, how dare you take out the X-Men characters, the original Marvel characters, the original. Like, technically, where's that game at on my Sega Saturn? Let me look for it. And this, people, that's really the original Marvel vs. Capcom game, but it's just X-Men characters. But they took basically the same fighting moves, the same fighting mechanics from this game and put it, to Marvel vs. Capcom or Marvel vs. Street Fighter. Like, this is the original game. And how dare Capcom, how dare them take X-Men out of Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite? Like, how dare them? Like, come on, man. Like, that is top-notch fuckery. Like, just be honest with me. Was that fucked up? I would never buy that game. Wolverine's my favorite character. character every time I play that game. And he's not even in the new one? Like, get the hell out of here. Get out of there. I'm still pissed off about that. I'm still am. So, but yeah, Alex, he did say, what is this trash he's showing? Oh, don't start that, Alex. That game right there was awesome back then. If you had a Sega Saturn, no, it was actually, I think it was on the PS1 as well. That game was really fun. But one thing about Smash Brothers, I can condemn Nintendo, is that Smash Brothers is coming out with basically all the original characters. Now that right there is how you do it. That's how you win your fans back over. That's how you make people happy. When you put a big ass roster of characters in which that was in the other games, that will make the old fans from the previous games come back, and buy this game. Like who would have thought that Snake, of all people from the Metal Gear Solid series, would return back to Smash Brothers? Who would have thought about that? Like stuff like that. I might buy Smash Brothers. I'm not the biggest fan of the Smash Brothers, but with a roster that big, Ken just got announced on it. He's gonna be on there. And of course, Ryu was in there. I actually paid for Ryu on Smash Brothers when I had a Wii U. So all these characters gonna be on there. Now that right there, that's how you follow suit. That's how you show your consumer, that we got your back. When you do stuff like that, like you make people happy. I'm glad that they got a big roster like that. So kudos to Nintendo for what they did. And that was a pro-consumer move. I like stuff like that. I do. You said you're excited to play Ice Climbers again. No DLC after the game is finished, and they're still bitching. People can always bitch every day. You can't satisfy everybody. You cannot satisfy nobody. No matter how great the game is, people are gonna find ways to complain. So ain't nothing you can do about that. Okay. I'm gonna get a few more questions, and I probably got like another 10 more minutes because I'm trying to get this video out before my wife gets there. She usually gets here like around 4:45. I probably got another 15 minutes in me. So I guess what y'all got for me? What y'all got? Questions. So all been done from scratch. Soul Calibur 6 did a better. Injustice 2. Did it better than Tekken 7, did it better, but Street Fighter 5 and Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite ripped these games. I hadn't played Soul Calibur 6 or Tekken 7, but yeah, like if they did a better job in bringing their iconic characters back into the game instead of locking them down in the paywall, then I commend them. But as a whole about this gaming industry, it's been a clusterfuck because, like I say, pretty soon we're gonna be paying probably $80 for these games, and and once again we're gonna be having day one patches that's gonna be 100 gigabytes, and this whole entire these consoles being 1,000 gigabytes, you would think we got a whole bunch of space, a whole bunch of storage for a lot of games. But no, these developers got so lazy, very lazy. They got so lazy in fucking optimizing these games. They poorly optimized these games. They did. Very lazy. They got lazy and they asking for more money. They implemented microtransactions, loot boxes, and the list goes on and on, people. The list goes on and on. And the bad thing about it is a lot of people is falling for the foolery. And that's what's so sad about it. I'm just afraid that next generation is going to get even more worse. I spent too much money on video games this generation, and I can't keep spending my hard-earned money on these games that's not even worth fucking $10. So if I gotta wait to buy these games at a discount, wait till Black Friday, wait to get on pre-owned, I'll do it. It's just to a point that I'm not gonna keep supporting these companies anymore because they don't deserve my money. They don't. They really don't. I will wait until these games, get 50% off, 75% off. Like day one games, like it's just get to a point that it's not even worth getting these games day one anymore. It's not worth it anymore unless unless it's one of those RPGs that takes a very long time to beat. If it's a game like a Persona, if we get another game like Persona 5, then it's well worth it. The game, I put in almost 200 hours in Persona 5, and I didn't even get no DLC. I'm not even sure if there is a DLC on that game. But the game alone was worth the money. Those are the type of games that I will buy day one because I know that I will get the content that I want, out of that game. What else we got in the chat? So Smash Bros. Ultimate's coming out with so much content. It's crazy. I can see myself paying $80 for the game. Like I said a while ago, like with all the characters that the game is coming out day one, like Nintendo, they're already doing a consumer-friendly move with Smash Brothers, so it is justifiable if they come out with more DLC characters, in which I think they will. It is justifiable to pay for these characters because the day one character is so massive that I don't even have a huge problem if they put more characters in the future and you got to pay for them, because I feel that they got a steady roster, a big roster. Technically, I don't even need to buy anybody else. But then again, if they want to get in these other characters that I want, that's part of another game franchise, then maybe I will pay the extra $5 or maybe $10. I don't know how much it is. But yes, like stuff like that, it's worth paying DLC, especially if they earned the money. If they earned it, then yes, I don't mind forking out, more, so it's more cash. What else y'all got? Rip on ROM. They said, by the way, screw all those people ripping off the game and putting ROMs online. Yeah, like those Nintendo ninjas are out, man. A lot of these ROM sites, man, they're scared now. I believe I think Nintendo won a $15 million settlement. And yeah, like I kind of understand a lot of these PC gamers, they can get mad all they want, but what y'all doing is y'all taking money away from Nintendo. Like you can't keep putting people's games, the stuff that they worked hard for, and put it on your site and you profiting off of it. When you start profiting off of other people's work, then yes, that's going to be an issue. That's why Nintendo did what they did. They should know for a fact Nintendo don't play. When it comes to their IP, when it comes to their franchises, they don't play. Why do you think every time we see a Zelda game that's uploaded by a Nintendo fan that's basically remade a Zelda Ocarina of Time game in 4K in real time, and it looks absolutely beautiful, but the videos though they never last long on YouTube because Nintendo, they keep putting it down because they have the right to do that. It's their IP. That's their IP that they paid for. That's their IP that they patented. So every time you do that, you killing yourself. That's just how they are. Like some other companies, they're more lenient than Nintendo. But when it comes to Nintendo, they don't play when it comes to their shit. When it comes to their franchise, they just don't play. What else we got? All you people in the chat, I'm going to beat you all in Smash. Then you're going to go beat Drone Crusher. He still talking shit on Twitter, Drone Crusher. I need to check and see what he played on the Switch. He right know he don't play games. Said, this is why I love big RPGs, dozens, hundreds of hours content without needing online multiplayer. Yeah, that's true. I agree with that. He says it's cheaper if you get the season pass for all 5 DLC and for Smash. $12 million. Oh, was it 12 million? Okay, it was one of those, either 12 or 15 million, but that's still a lot of money though. 12 million, 15 million. Hell, I'd be happy with a fucking million. Shit, that's a lot of money that these ROM sites have to fork out. They did it to themselves, man. They knew for a fact on how Nintendo is when it comes to their games. Oh hell, Alex in the chat, he boasting and bragging about Mario Kart. I guess, man. Oh my God, I guess I'm a shit. This whole time I've been boycotting the Switch Online. I've been boycotting for a good reason, man. But shit, My wife, she's been hounding me to get that online so she could play Splatoon, people. I guess I had no choice but to get it. Fucking Nintendo. I guess I gotta get it. Man, like, come on. Like, Nintendo gotta do a better job, man. Like, that pisses me off, man. You know, but I'm not trying to get down and deep into that situation. You know, if you follow this channel for a while, y'all know exactly what I mean. You know, how I feel about the Nintendo Switch Online. Y'all know how I feel about it. Whatever, Alex. Whatever. Y'all saying that so I get that online back. Whatever. It is what it is. He said, did Nintendo do a sale on phone? Man, I was trying to see if Nintendo was doing a Black Friday sale for the Switch Online. Hopefully I can get it for $2.99 or something. Shit, $2.99, that's still kind of steep, $2.99. Fuck. Damn, do somebody got a, god damn, that's a lot of money for that online. I think it's worth $1. I got $1, people. Y'all got $19 so I can put on the Switch Online, man. That's how much it's worth. It ain't worth that much. Y'all know when it comes to Black Fridays, y'all know for a fact Nintendo do not do any deals. They don't do no deals for their consoles. They do not do no deals for their games. That's why they will never win a Black Friday. And I know for a fact that they're not going to win Black Fridays, especially when it comes to Sony. That Spider-Man bundle for $200? Like, ain't no way in hell that the Switch would outsell that. A PS4 for $200 with a great game like Spider-Man, man, so many people was looking for that game. That thing got sold out just like that. Like man, like I know for facts Sony won Black Friday. And there's really no good deals for Nintendo Switch. Only thing that I know that you get a Switch for $300 with a game. That's not really much of a deal, you know, but it is what it is. No trophies for Black Friday. Yeah, there's been some bundles, you know, for the Switch, but I still feel that they're not lowering their price like Sony and Microsoft is doing. At least you can get a bundle with a game for like $200, $200 to $250. At least, yes, I understand PS4 and the Xbox One been out longer, but at least a Switch can do something better than what they did, man. But then again, I can't really expect that from Nintendo anymore because they're, like I said, you know, about 15, 20 minutes ago, they never go down on their prices. They never do, you know, but it is what it is about that, man. Also, Microsoft having 3 SKUs, next gen cloud streaming console, mid range and high range. I didn't know they was gonna have 3 SKUs. I thought, of course, you just gonna have one console, but it wouldn't surprise me if they had 2 different SKUs because they kind of set the mark for this generation. You know, not just Microsoft and Sony. You know, with the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X, it would not surprise me if they do come out with a more powerful console. But this probably, you know, just to keep the price down, or just to keep the casual consumer coming back. If you want to sell your consoles, then you have to have a standard base console for at least $300 to $400 so it can be affordable at lunch. You can't come out with a 4K console, you know, with fucking 12 teraflops, you know, 4K 60. Well, I doubt that. You know, come out with this high-end console and, you know, and they slap a $400 price tag for a console that's supposed to cost $500 or $600, and you know it's just not gonna happen. You're not gonna sell those many consoles, you know, that's priced that high to the casual consumer. They're not gonna buy that. So I really do believe there will be more SKUs, you know, going forward. But you know, it is what it is, man. Like I say, they started it. Y'all bought into it. Hell, I ain't bought into it. I got a Pro and the Xbox One X. I'm kind of guilty at it myself. But you know, the gaming industry is changing, and it's changing. Is it changing for the better? I don't know. There's some good things, but there's a lot of bad things. But only time can tell. So, what time, man? I'm about to get up out of here. I gotta take a couple more questions, and I gotta get out of here, people. So you got like 4 games on Steam. That's about it. Which game do you think will be game of 2018? Are you mean like game of the year? I don't know, man. Cause like I say, we don't even know if Metro Prime 4 is coming out next year. We don't know that Bayonetta 3 is coming out next year. And the only thing I know from Nintendo is Pokemon and Animal Crossing. We still don't know it's coming out next year. Nintendo says it's coming out next year, but then again, they lie all the time. They lied that Yoshi's supposed to come out this year. They lied that Fire Emblem supposed to come out this year. You can't even trust Nintendo no more of the release dates. How many times they lied about Zelda Breath of the Wild? It originally was supposed to come out 2015. It came out 2017. So I really don't even trust the release dates of Nintendo games. I don't even trust them no more. As far as Microsoft, Sony, I don't. Only game the game that I'm really looking forward to next year is Resident Evil 2 Remake, because Resident Evil 2 is one of my all-time favorite games, and by them remaking it, I'm very excited to play this. I'm very excited. You said Fallout 76 should be free. Yeah, a game like that. It's just sad that a game that's known to be buggy. No, a company like Bethesda is known to make buggy games. Get that they get that nickname, Bethesda, and they get away with it because their games sell so well. They sold so well that they went ahead and brought out this travesty of a game, and thinking that people was going to fall into the same foolishness that they did in the past. But a game like Fallout 76 is probably the worst game they ever did. The worst consumer practices they ever did. And I'm glad people spoke out. I'm glad they did not buy that shit. It's just sad that they don't even want to finish a fucking game anymore. It's sad, man. It's sad. What's up, Tayshawn? He say Wind Waker HD, not that stank ass Skyward Sword. Hey, Alex. Hey, man. Say, don't be dissing my Skyward Sword, man. I love Skyward Sword. Just because you did not like the motion controls, actually you need motion control plus if you had a Wii. I love the game. Some people love it. Some people hate it. I actually love the game. You know, don't be hating on Zelda, Alex. Stop hating. Said, fun fact, Crackdown 3 was supposed to come out in 2014. Man, I really hope. I'm going to play Crackdown 3. And that goes back to the thing I said a while ago. Game Pass was probably one of the most consumer-friendly practices, that any gaming company has ever did. And I'm most definitely going to play Crackdown 3 because I have Game Pass. That's one thing Microsoft did really good this generation. And I'm pretty sure they're going to continue that with the Xbox Scarlet, and I'm going to keep supporting them with the Game Pass because, like I said, that was a really great thing that they did. Will Sony follow suit? Nope. Will Nintendo follow suit? Hell no. Paying $10 a month to have full access to Splatoon, Mario Kart, Smash Brothers, Xenoblade, fucking all these damn games, Bayonetta, Metro Prime 3. You think Nintendo is going to have a fucking Game Pass $10 a month to play these games? Hell no. They're never going to do that. Never. Nintendo will have a heart attack just thinking about it. That's Nintendo for you. They want you to pay that full price game that's been out for 10 years at $60. Oh well, they might just jack the price up like they did with Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, in which came out in 2014 at $50. Then they re-released it in 2018 for $60. Ain't that something? But yeah, I'm not. I don't want to keep on talking about that. But that's why I did not buy that game. That was fucked up. That was fucked up. Yeah, yes, please have motion control. Yeah, I agree. Motion control should be an option, man. It should. Like, that's one thing Nintendo has always been bad at, is forcing motion controls on people, forcing these peripherals on a lot of these games and on these consumers that just want a standard experience. That's one thing that turned me off about Nintendo, be forcing people to do stuff that they don't want to do. So I'm sure it's a good game. I can tell it, it was, but the motion controls was made it unplayable for me. Well, the motion plus, actually, it worked well when I play it. You don't need motion. No, it's not the standard motion controls. You need the motion plus, and the motion plus is a lot more accurate than the regular motion plus or motion controls. How would they even do some of the combat without the motion? That's a good question, man. I don't know, but hey, Dell Gaming Company, they will figure it out. They will figure it out. But I really hope they don't force it in there. But as a fan of Skyward Sword, like, I don't mind using the motion controls, but then again, the motion controls on those god dang, I forgot what you call those little what you call them little things for those little controllers for the Switch. I forgot what you call them. Oh, Joy-Cons. I'm not sure how that would work on Joy-Cons, because the Joy-Cons is so much smaller than the nunchuck. I mean, not the nunchuck, than the motion controls. I'm not sure how that's gonna work since it's so much smaller. But they're a gaming company. They will find a way. You can use emulators on phones and consoles. Just the Switch motion controls is nowhere near as good as the Wii. I don't know, man. Like I say, they're a gaming company. They should figure a way. Like, I'm a big fan of Skyward Sword. Like, that is a game I will rebuy. Skyward Sword, if they bring back Wind Waker, well, then again, y'all know I'm a Zelda fanboy. Like, honestly, Zelda's the main reason I'm a big Nintendo fan, because Zelda is the best. Probably the best gaming series ever. I love Zelda. I just love Zelda. It's kind of crazy that I grew up a Sega guy and an Xbox guy, but I choose Zelda over everything. Zelda is my pride and joy. I love it. So if they whatever Zelda game they re-release, I will buy it. That's the fanboy in me. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this bad boy up. I can do more of these because, like I say, a lot of times I get off of work at 1:30 in the afternoon, so I at least got a time to do some live streams. I just hadn't done it because I've been tired, been laying down, watching anime, just been doing what I do. And tomorrow, I'm gonna try to get the guys tomorrow, do our podcast. I know it's been a while since we did a Game Over podcast. It's been about a month, or probably a little over a month. But yeah, I just want to get to the video out here, let y'all guys know that I did not go nowhere. I'm still here. I'm not going nowhere. Just had to take a break. Had to attend to daddy duties, had to attend to my job duties, and I'm still here. If you're not following me on Twitter, please follow me on Twitter at RealGamer27. I still be tweeting stuff every day. Just follow your boy. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Share my videos, whatever you can do to help this channel out. And like I say, don't go nowhere. Don't unsubscribe. Well, if you do, then it is what it is, man. Like I said, I don't do this as a career. I don't get mad and very pissy every time people hit the unsubscribe button, because like I say, I make $60,000 a year at what I'm doing anyway. So I'm not bragging. It's just I'm not gonna cry about YouTube. If I make enough money, if I make the same type of money I'm making on my job on YouTube, then I would do YouTube full time. It's hard for me to do it, because of my schedule. But anyway, guys, like I say, man, I appreciate y'all guys coming supporting your boy. Appreciate y'all guys hitting that like button. If you hadn't liked the video, please do so. And follow me on Twitter. And I guess I will see y'all guys maybe tomorrow. I should be here tomorrow. I'm gonna try to get the guys for the weekly podcast. If we don't do it tomorrow, then maybe Thursday. But I will let y'all guys know. Please follow me on Twitter and let me know. Message me, DM me. If you are a big fan of the podcast, just talk to me. Ask me about if we're gonna do it. I'm still here, even though I hadn't done YouTube. I'm still here on Twitter. So just message me and I will message you back. And I guess that will be it. And I will see y'all on the next ride. Peace out.